Obviously, we all know that UK immigration has been having a lot of announcements in recent weeks, including the proposal by Suella Braverman to actually cancel the post-study work visa. Now, obviously, since then, Suella Braverman resigned and she has now been reinstated back in the same position that we all thought she had lost. Okay, so this has obviously raised quite some concerns with you guys, naturally so. And some of you have been reaching out to me asking me whether, Tess, is this a good time for me to still come to the UK to study? Is this a good time for me to come to the UK to work? If I'm thinking of coming to work and or study, what should I be thinking about going forward? And of course, these are all really valid questions. At the end of the day, if you're trying to make a decision to come here, to relocate to the UK, whether to work or to study, these are all valid concerns. Now, we know that she's back in the same role that we all thought she wouldn't come back to, i.e. as Home Secretary. We also know that her views on immigration is very, very unlikely to have changed, okay? So what does this mean? It means that, to be honest, the future of UK immigration is still quite uncertain, if I'm being very honest, because this is someone who is very, very keen on reducing immigration as low and as minimal as possible. At the same time, we know that the UK government is heavily reliant on the revenue that comes in from immigration. At this point, it's a decision as to how much they decide to relax the immigration rule in order for them to actually benefit economically from doing this. How possible is it that they are actually going to relax immigration rules further? It's a bit of a give and take at this point, but I would say it is possible that they will actually relax immigration rules, because at this point, they really don't have a choice, okay? They need the funds, they need the money. But what does that mean for someone who is coming to work here in the UK? Coming to work here in the UK, I would strongly suggest you choose high skill jobs, okay? So you try and gain skills that are focused in high skill occupations. So if you check the list of shortage occupation list, you will find the full list of jobs for which there are more vacancies than there are people in the UK to fill them. By focusing on this area will really maximize and increase your chances of still being in a good position to come here. Now, what does that mean for those of you who are looking to come to study here in the UK? Well, it's very simple. If you're looking to come and study here in the UK, you need to be selecting courses that are also high skilled and high demand, okay? So that this will most likely lead to you getting a job in one of these high skilled occupations. Now, ultimately, for those who are looking to relocate, whether that's to work or study, you want to be making sure that in light of the uncertainty right now around UK immigration, you want to make sure that whatever plans you have, you want to make sure that you start to work on those plans and look to come to the UK sooner rather than later. Okay, so if you're someone who's currently back home and you're still thinking about whether this is a good time or not, I would just say come now, okay? Come sooner rather than later. Because at the end of the day, you're not in control of what the UK government decides. This time period before they decide what actually happens in terms of UK immigration policy is still a good time for you to make a decision to start coming over to the UK. The second thing I would say for those looking to relocate to the UK is that you need to start thinking about alternative visa routes, okay? There are so many different visa routes that people can actually use to come here to live and work in the UK, okay? There's a global visa route. There are routes to self-sponsor yourself. There's the global mobility scheme. There's so many different types of routes available for those who are looking to come and work in the UK. I have a few videos on this on my channel, so do make sure that you keep that in mind, that if they do decide to kind of totally reduce and shrink immigration numbers on one particular visa route, i.e. maybe the skilled worker or even PSW, that there are other alternatives for you to consider as an avenue to actually come here to the UK and settle down. So obviously at this point, since Sunak has been appointed as Prime Minister and has brought back Suella Braverman as Home Secretary, we don't really know where he plans to go in terms of UK immigration. Although, due to the fact that he brought back Braverman as Home Secretary, it's likely that their viewpoints don't differ from each other. We won't know any further detail until at least close to the middle of November, so it is important to just keep on top and up to date as to what is going on UK immigration and how it's likely to affect your decision if indeed you're planning to come here to live and work in the UK. If you want to keep a closer eye on what's going on and follow what's happening on UK immigration and policy, then do make sure you are subscribed and tap the notification bell. I'll see you in my next video.